At runtime, all controller instances are singletons with respect to their parent components. This is also true for view controllers, and therefore, embedding a view in a view assembly more than once is not allowed. The context and the methods defined in a controller are private unless another controller explicitly declares the usage of this controller. However, a view controller cannot be declared as a used controller, which means that the context data and the methods of a view controller are always private.
Web Dynpro is a stateful technology. The lifetime of controller instances is not limited to the time used to process the program code and to process the user interface or UI. The following list describes the lifetimes of the different controller instances depending on the controller type.
Each controller has its own context. The root node of the context already exists. All other nodes and attributes are defined statically or by dynamically at runtime in the source code. For all controllers, the Web Dynpro framework calls certain methods in a predefined order. These are called hook methods. Different hook methods are available depending on the controller type. All controller types contain at least 2 hook methods, which are processed only once during the lifetime of the controller instance at the following events. When a controller instance is created, that is, WDDO init. When a controller instance is deleted, that is, WDDO exit. Additional methods can be defined on the Methods tab page. Attributes that are not bound to any UI element property are declared on the Attributes tab page. After they have been declared, the attributes are visible in all the methods of this controller. There are 2 predefined attributes which are used to access the functionality of the controller, that is, WD this, and the context, that is, WD context. The methods from all controllers enable you to access business logic, such as function modules, BAPs, or methods in helper classes. For the component controller and custom controllers, events can be defined with the parameters of your choice. Any method of any other controller, including view and window controllers, can register to these events if this method is defined as an event handler method. These events are typically used to invoke processing in a view controller after the processing in the component controller has been completed. This can be done when a method in the view controller subscribes to an event raised by the component controller. Using your design phase declarations, the Web Dynpro framework automatically performs the definition, triggering, and handling subscription to such events for you. You also have the additional option of dynamic event subscription at runtime. Caution: if 2 or more methods subscribe to the same event, the order in which they are executed is undefined.
An inbound plug is a navigation event handler that can be registered to a navigation request. Using the generic name inbound plug for an inbound plug, its declaration causes a method named handle_inbound_plug_PLG to be generated in the view controller. A static registration of an inbound plug to the navigation event raised by an outbound plug is called a navigation link. Navigation links are not part of a view but are defined in a window embedding the view. Therefore, event registration can be defined differently in different windows.
In addition to the standard attributes that exist in all controllers such as WD this and WD context, a view controller has a reference to the component controller of its component, WD comp controller. This reference can be used to access functions of the component controller, for example, to call methods declared there. Hint: the attribute WD comp controller only exists if the usage of the component controller is declared.
Window controllers are similar to view controllers, but unlike view controllers, they don't have a UI as view layout. All views that are to be displayed when using a Web Dynpro application have to be embedded in the window that is referred to by the application or the calling component. The Web Dynpro window embeds all views to be displayed. If defined statically, the navigation links defining the possible view assemblies are embedded in the Web Dynpro window. Each Web Dynpro window contains outbound plugs and inbound plugs just like views. You can use the plugs to set up cross-component navigation. To expose the plugs to the component interface, select the interface property for each plug. These plugs are then part of the related interface view. If the usage of the component controller is declared, the window controller contains the additional attribute WD comp controller, allowing access to the component controller functionality. Windows controllers include the following special hook methods: WDDO on open, WDDO on close,